A lot of times, it's hard to accommodate students with a variety of disabilities when it comes to reading a book. When you go to the library, there's a separate aisle for Braille books and books with readable words. It might be costly to customize the book for a student with disability, such as a student who has cerebral palsy who can't turn pages due to stiffness in his arms. This is why we created a UDL book that can effectively educate students with and without disabilities. This UDL device is very equitable to all types of students. Students who are blind, there's Braille written on top. Students with hearing problems, there's English writing at the bottom of the book. Students who cannot read well or have difficulty grasping information, there's an audio device connected to the book that reads the book. Students who are more of a tactile learner can feel the objects, such as there's a picture of a chicken on the book, and they can feel what it feels like because there's fibers attached to the book. For low-functioning students, there's a mouthpiece attached to the book. This is helpful so that instead of using their hands, they can use their mouth to navigate throughout the book. This book is flexible in many ways. For students who can't turn the page, there's a magnet attached to the book edge, as well as a magnetic pen device that students could use to turn the pages. For students who still can't understand by just reading the letters, they can look at the picture to understand the story. The magnetic device is on a pen that's attached to the book. The pen also has the button to start the audio speaker that reads the book, as well as a rubber grip to secure hand grip. A mouthpiece that can be removable is attached to the book, which can be helpful for students who cannot turn pages using their hands. The book is very simple and intuitive. It only has about 7 pages. It also has understandable vocabulary and can fit for students who are in elementary school to middle school. The pictures in the book tell the story. They can read along with the audio device also. The magnetic pen has multiple features all in one device so that there's not too many devices attached to the book, which could cause confusion or frustration for students.
This storybook allows for perceptible information by the textures that are present in the book. There is a chick that has cotton balls on it so the students can feel, I guess, how a baby chick should feel like its fur. It is also 3D. There is a flower that kind of pops out of the book. And the size of it is 13 inches by 13 inches. Roughly, and this allows for the image text, the braille, and the use of any color schemes to be easily distinguished. The size and space for approach use of this book is adequate. The 13-inch book takes up the perfect amount of space, perhaps like a laptop. So it's easy to place on the lap, on the arms, on the hands, on the table, on a desk, or on a tray, or any type of space. Also, as I've mentioned before, feel redundant, but the text and the pictures are oversized, so they can be clear and legible due to the size of the book. The surface area of the magnets allows for easy attachment for those with low fine motor skills. Also, the size of the pin allows for an easy grip of the student. On the other hand, the tolerance of error for this book are as follows. The size of the book allows for big, clear writing and drawings to be distinguished by the student despite their knowledge and experience. There's also a pin attached to the book for easy access. With it being attached, it prevents the student from losing it easily. It also has a special grip to prevent any slipping from the hands, and a big button for easy pressing to play the audio. There's also a mouthpiece that may be attached to the pin that is removable. The insertion point is specially designed to stay attached unless force is used to separate it. This prevents the student from dropping the pin and or the mouthpiece before or after reading the book. The shape of the mouthpiece, for those who need it, has the part that goes inside the mouth allows for a good grip by the student, as perhaps biting down into it so it won't slip. Also, back to the book, the surface area of the magnets that are placed at the end of the books allows for easy attachment between the flipping of pages. This book is of low physical effort for students due to, again, as I've said before, the size of the book, which allows the text and pictures to be oversized, clear, and legible. The magnetic pages and the magnetic tip of the pen that facilitates the page turning. The audio device that is connected to the book and to the pen that reads the book to the student for those who have reading impairments. There's also a removable mouthpiece that attaches to the pen. This is for students who have low functional abilities. There's also a grip on the pen that prevents slipping.
Hi, today I'm going to be explaining to you our UDL prototype. As you can see, our project has multiple features, and I will be explaining each of these unique features and how it works for students with disabilities as we move along through the video. As you can see, our book is very thick. The thickness was designed for sturdiness. Let's say a student is outside reading and loses control of the pages that are flying around. The student will not only then be focused on making sure he or she understands on what's going on, but will also need to make sure that the pages don't fly around. With a cardboard-like structure, our book will be easy to control. Another noticeable factor is the size of the book. This 13-inch book helps the student because of the many features in the book that requires its individual amount of space. You will also notice that the book is three-dimensional. This 3D effect helps the child feel and understand the sense of what is going on in the book. For students that have visual impairments, our book contains Braille lettering. The Braille lettering is not only printed, but also engraved on the book. Another reason we chose to have thick paging is so students get to actually feel the Braille, whereas a regular thin paper would not help the child so much. The Braille is up top for a reason, so the child would understand where to run their hands through and not have to find it. You will also see our regular captions like every book. These captions are printed bold so it is visible for anyone to see. For our students with a hearing disability, we have a specialized touch pen attached to the book. The pen has a blue magnetic tip, and it lets you touch each word and will say the word out to you. The speaker is attached to the bottom of the book and is tested for clearness. Let's say a student that has low functioning and cannot pick up the pen on its own. The pen has a blue magnet to where it attaches to a standard mouthpiece. This mouthpiece allows the child to sustain more control. This mouthpiece is specialized for children and can be used for different sizes. Finally, our book has 4 magnetic corners. This is made for students that are not capable of turning the page on their own. If a student cannot flip to the next page, they can simply take their specialized pen with or without the mouthpiece and attach the blue magnetic tip to the gold magnets on each of the 4 corners. This inclusive book is specialized and made for both students with or without disabilities.